Awesome. So welcome to the first Building More Than Just a Body podcast and interview series. I'm here with Regan Hillyer. She's my own personal mindset coach and an absolute superwoman helping to change lives all over the world. So I'm going to let her take over from here in terms of introducing herself and really letting you know who she is.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having me on, Celeste. It's so cool to be here. And yeah, like you said, I really help people have it all on their terms in whatever way that looks like for them. So there's really two key things that I do. One is helping people around success mindset and really getting them to understand that success starts from within. And if you want to change your external results, you have to do the internal work required to succeed. And then the second thing I help people do is really unlock their true message that they're born to share with the world, and then show them how to build that up and monetize it and create a whole lot of impact through being them, which is super cool.
Wow. Yes, that is awesome. And I can speak to that for sure. So I'm going to start by just asking you, what inspires you every single day?
Loads and loads of things inspire me. Life inspires me, to be completely honest. I think I'm pretty easily inspired, but probably my biggest inspiration is actually the people I work with. It's my clients, it's my tribe. It's really seeing them break through and break into new levels and get amazing results. Like, that is really what keeps me going. That's what pushes me to grow even more, because I know that when I grow, they grow. So yeah, that's probably my number one inspiration.
That's awesome. And so how do you use your mind to achieve results in your fitness and your health?
Yeah, look, do you know what? That's a really interesting question, because not many people know this, but I battled at a really young age with eating disorders, with body image. I really struggled with it. I moved over to London when I was 17, and I put on a whole lot of weight really quickly, and then basically freaked out and thought, oh my gosh, I have to lose it really quickly. And I did all the wrong things to lose that weight. And I got to a place where I was actually really unhealthy and really unhappy with who I was. And it was actually one amazing trainer in New Zealand who worked with me, who basically found out what I was eating every day and what I was thinking about my body every day. And he literally worked with me to change my mindset. I was trying to be skinny, and then he said, well, look, is that what you really want? Or do you want more to be, toned and fit and healthy? But I didn't even have a mental image of what that looked like. So it was from him actually reframing that I started to realize, wow, I have some control over what I'm thinking, basically. And then when I started doing the mindset work combined with obviously the right nutrition and the right training, then I saw my body transform into something which not just looked good, but was actually really healthy and felt really good at the end of the day. So I still carry that forward onto today. I literally, I eat healthy, but ultimately I really eat what I want. I don't overthink it. I definitely don't diet. I'm healthy, I'm active, but at the same time, so much of my health and my fitness and my lifestyle come from my mindset and me actually deciding what it's going to be like.
Wow, that is amazing. And so what do you think that people should focus on when they're setting goals for fitness then?
Yeah, look, I think they should focus on the end point. I think they should focus on the big picture. I think a lot of people get stuck in thinking, oh, that's too big, or that seems like too big of a goal. So they settle for something less, right? And it's the same in every area of their life. Like there's people that go, oh, I want to make $100,000 a year, but then they go, oh, well, that's not possible. So I'll just focus on 30, right? And it's kind of like giving the world mixed messages. It's like you have to have the big picture vision. You have to start with the end point. You have to be at this point where it's like, world, this is what I am receiving. And then, of course, you can take all the stepping stones to get there. So I think with the health, with the fitness, with your energy, with your body, you need to get really clear on like, what is the end point? And then start doing the stepping stones up from there.
That's awesome. And so what's one thing in your life that you can think about and it will instantly put you in the mentality of success, both physically and emotionally, and of course, mentally?
I missed your question a little bit. What's the one thing I think about that will put me in
Yeah, that puts you in a good place mentally and physically.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it really is connecting in actually with what I just said, with my vision and with my goals. When I get really excited about where I'm going to be in 6 months' time. I get even more excited about where I'm going to be in a year's time, and I get so freaking excited about where I'm going to be in 5 and 10 years' time. Now, I don't even really know specifically exactly the details of all of that, but I know the lifestyle, I know the impact, I know the big stuff that's really important. I know how I'm going to feel every single day. So that really makes me very excited. And I do a lot of work around connecting into that vision daily, because that's what then puts me in the mindset of actually going out and doing the work and taking the action to get there.
Wow. That's awesome. I really love that, because it's so true that we don't focus enough on, one, like you mentioned earlier, the big picture, and then two, of course, really tapping into that daily and really imagining that it's there and getting excited about it, not just saying that it's happening or it's done. Like, you're actually getting excited about it, which is so awesome. And so now I want to know how you show yourself love every single day. So that's a huge, huge deal. And I think everyone needs to love themselves more. So I want to know how you have accomplished this.
Absolutely. And I love that you've brought that up, because I think it's something that's not talked about enough. And I think it's something that so many people battle with, something that so many people just disregard. And so many people are so good at showing everyone else love. But when it comes to themselves, they're actually not very nice to themselves, let alone being able to show themselves love. So there's many ways that I do that. The first thing is probably actually just saying nice things to myself. Like, I know that sounds crazy and it sounds so basic, but so many people spend so much time in their own heads saying some not very nice things to themselves. And honestly, most people would say things to themselves on a daily basis that they wouldn't ever say to someone that they cared about, right? So that is the best
Right.
thing, literally daily connecting in, allowing myself to feel what I feel, and then telling myself, you are awesome, you've got this, give yourself credit for what you're doing. And, and again, especially, being an achiever or a superwoman and always having like a next bigger goal, it's very easy to disregard the self-love and just get focused on what you don't have, right? But again, you're never going to receive what you do have until you center yourself in gratitude. And part of that is being grateful for you. So that's one of the things. Another thing that I do is I'm very, 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 very particular about my environment. I will not hang out with anyone that lowers my self-worth. I will not hang out with anyone that does not make me feel good. I don't hang out with anyone that is not in a great mindset themselves. So and I think it's hard working on yourself and you're telling yourself great things. If you are then in an environment that doesn't serve you, that pulls you back down, it's hard to do that internal work. So I'm really critical with that. And then thirdly, I do physical things to actually make myself feel good. So for example, I will go and get a massage, for example, or I will go and get a hair treatment, and just little things like that where I feel so good in those moments, because I really know and understand that I am taking care of myself. But at the same time, it's like you have to be able to give yourself that.
I'm back in.
Hey,
Awesome.
where'd you
So,
go?
um, I guess just pick up. I'm not sure if you know exactly, I guess, where this, I don't know if it even cut off on your end, but
I can repeat it.
just,
Yeah, I'll do a
yeah,
quick
I think
recap.
the last thing was like
Yeah.
the second thing you do, so recap would rock.
Yeah, absolutely. So first things first is saying nice things to myself, and then secondly, putting myself only in environments that allow me to be nice to myself. I won't be around people that pull me down and drag me down and allow me or encourage me to think negative things about myself. And then thirdly, with the self-love and what I do to make myself feel good is I do physical things. Like I will actually go for a walk, or I will go and like lie in the sun with a book for half an hour, or I will go and get a massage, or I'll go and get a hair treatment. Like I will do something which so many people would say, oh, I don't have time to do that, or I don't have money to do that, or I don't deserve that. I haven't earned that yet. But again, I understand that I want to be as powerful than time to actually recharge my soul.
Wow. Yes, I definitely actually relate to that myself. I think there's a lot of times where I don't necessarily give myself the massage, or I don't necessarily go out of my way to reward myself and make myself feel good. And of course, working with you recently, I've been tapping into that more so. And you telling me like you need to go reward yourself has been huge for me. So I know that that's a big deal in feeling better about yourself. So I want to know what you would tell somebody if they came to you and said, Regan, I have the worst self-confidence issues. I hate my body. I don't feel good in my skin. And it's not even a matter of my fitness and health at this point. It's just I feel like crap about myself. What is your advice to them?
Absolutely. So first things first is I'd meet them where they were at, and I'd really get into a space of understanding what they're going through, because I feel like any coach, any mentor, anyone giving advice needs to really, really get a clear picture of everything that's going on. And I'd be digging deeper and asking some questions around how have you come to this point? Because people don't just wake up and not love themselves, right? There's certain things that have happened that trigger that response over time. So I would be asking some really curious questions around their relationship with their parents when they were younger, their relations, even current relationships, because often we find that our relationship with ourselves, that same dynamic has often been mimicked in other relationships in the past. So if someone has had a terrible breakup and they were horrible to that person and horrible to themselves, often those same patterns can form through into the relationship with yourself. And same with, relationships with parents. If people had things go on from a really young age that they were dealing with, they might not even consciously think it's a big deal or remember specifically, but unconsciously it's still a thing, and it's still their system actually playing out that same pattern. So I would just encourage people to start looking at the links between all the relationships across the board in their life from the very beginning that they can remember right through to present. And I'd be telling them to take a look at what are the links there from those relationships to yourself, and then what do you need to do in order to heal that? Who do you need to forgive? And chances are it's yourself, right? Who do you need to actually go and chat to in order to resolve some of the past conflicts? What do you need to learn in order to realize that it's all in the past and that you can move forward from it? And chances are, by healing the other relationships or what you think about them, often that shifts the relationship with yourself as well.
Whoa, oh my gosh, that just opened my eyes, and I'm sure that so many people listening this or watching this is just thinking, I have some work to do. I really do.
Right.
That's just so powerful. And so I want to leave them with your strongest message, and I want them to hear from you the one thing that you absolutely need and want the world to hear. Go ahead and tell them.
Absolutely. So there's lots of things that I need the world to hear, but if I was to pick one thing, I would loop back around to what we talked about in the very beginning, and just knowing that you can have it all, and you can have it all on your terms, and you can have it all right now. You don't need to sacrifice having a great body or great health and then not being financially free. Or you don't need to be able to earn the money but then not have great relationships or be really unhealthy. Like, so many people are out of balance, and I really believe it's because they don't realize they can be in balance. They haven't actually got to this point where they believe that they can have it all and they're ready to step up and actually claim what they were born for, right? So I would literally say that. I would also say, you probably don't realize how powerful you are. You probably don't realize right now how much greatness is actually within you. And when you actually do the work and tap into that, that's when you realize, oh, I can actually have it all because I'm the one that's creating it. I'm the one that's choosing it. So I'm going to just choose to have it all from now on.
That got me. I couldn't stop smiling just listening to you say that. That got me super pumped up. So I want everyone to be able to have the chance to connect with you and to be able to speak with you and really hear your message more often in their daily life, because it's so powerful and it's had a huge impact on my life personally and continues to. So can you just tell them exactly where they can find you, and then I'll include it, of course, with this video or podcast?
Totally, yeah. So if you just go to reganhillyer.com, everything is there. You can download one of my books for free. But if you go to social media, any of the platforms, everything is under Regan Hillyer. So Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, the works. You can always find me on there. And make sure you reach out and say hi and let me know you've come through Celeste as well. It would be awesome.
Yes, definitely. So we're just going to wrap it up. And I'm just so appreciative of you coming on and sharing all of this knowledge with everyone, because it's seriously life-changing, and I know that it's going to be impossible not to take action on these things. So thanks for giving everybody your insight.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And, you constantly blow me away, Celeste, just with how committed you are and your heart of service and how quickly you shift and grow and change. And, anyone listening to this interview needs to get to know her better, because I tell you what, she's got it going on, and she is literally just getting started. So thanks for asking such amazing questions, and it's been super cool being on.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to stop this broadcast, and have a good one, everybody.